Here's the thing. Today I've got probably the weirdest and probably most interesting recipe I've ever made for you. Today I'm going to make for you a roast pig head Avgolemono soup with the star of our show. Yes, little Wilbur. I was at a pork roast on Saturday or a few days ago, and I'll tell you the true story. It was a birthday pork roast, and everybody at the place enjoyed him as the second guest of honor, other than the birthday girl. But here's the thing: nobody wanted the head. My friends, when it comes to getting head, there is nobody. Okay, that didn't come out right. But the point is, I asked for the head and they gave it to me. It was a win-win because I've got a super recipe for you today. It's gonna knock your socks off. Look at it. Look at this. Say hello to my little friend. Okay, sorry. So, this is a recipe that is very traditional. It's a Greek Avgolemono soup. Instead of putting it with pork or other cuts of pork or whatever, I am using the pig's head. I'm also using a few basic veggies. I'm gonna boil the shit out of this for a couple of hours and then turn it into a beautiful Avgolemono. So, without any further ado, let's get the show on the road. I've got my pork head here, and if you notice, it's got all the little jowls, everything. Those are absolutely delicious, scrumptious pieces of meat here. And look at this. Hello. Sorry. All right, so this is gonna go in just like that into my pot. By the way, you're going to need a fairly deep pot for this because you want to have enough liquid to cover my veggies, the head, plus keep it boiling for a good 2 hours. So that's the pork head there going in. I know, what can I tell you? Next, I'm going to take a couple of onions and I'm just going to quarter them. Now, I'm using 2 onions, but you can use 1. They're from my garden, so they're a little on the smaller side. Don't judge. And I'm just going to throw those in there. Same deal with carrots, again from my garden. Hey, they're organic, so whatever. So I'm just going to top those off like that and like that. Actually, I'll cut that in half. These are so tender, these carrots. Actually, I pulled them today. They don't even need to be peeled. Like they're not really thin or thick-skinned anyway. So throw those out. And what the hell? I'll do one more. Love carrots. Love carrots. They're absolutely delicious, and they're even healthy and good for you. A couple of bay leaves are gonna go in. Can't have any kind of soup without bay leaves. I'm gonna throw in some lettuce. I know it looks a little ratty. Again, it's from my garden. Just very rough chop, including the leaves. You just want to just put that all in there and have that kind of work down and boil down. I've got some dry thyme. Get a few sprigs of dry thyme that's gonna go in there as well. I'm gonna take some peppercorn, and in this case, I'm not gonna crush the peppercorns. I'm just gonna put maybe just a few in there, just for whole, and just let them go and let them kind of steep. Now I'm gonna add just enough water to cover the top of the pig's head. I can't even say that with a straight face. So I'm just gonna top up the water like this, just to the top of the pig's head. I'm gonna throw it on my back burner and just let it go low and slow and let it hum away for a couple of hours. All right, so now my pork head, or my pig head, is done. It's been about 2 hours or so. Time to get this show on the road and continue on with the Avgolemono portion of our meal. So here's the pig head. And I'm gonna try and take this out as gracefully as possible. And there they go for the most part. So this is all like really, really good meat. So now the head's out. I'm just gonna move this here to the side. I'm gonna take this, move this here. Now the best way to strain this is with just another pot with a strainer in it. And very slowly and very carefully, just pour this luscious deliciousness, because that's what this is. It's absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Look at this. We got a beautiful, beautiful stock. This is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, perfect. Take this, put this off over here. I got my stock here. Beautiful, full flavored deliciousness. Let me fire this puppy up here and start warming it up, because what we're gonna do now, or what I'm gonna do now, is I'm gonna add maybe a couple of handfuls of rice to this. It'll add a little creaminess to it. You know what? What the hell? I'll put the whole thing. There was about a cup of rice in it. So I'm just gonna give that a quick stir and let this kind of boil on. Now this is gonna go for about maybe 10-15 minutes, or until our rice kind of puffs up and cooks. Back to the star of our show. What's left of the pig head now is a lot of meat around the cheek area. Those of you who have had pig cheeks or jowls will know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, perfect. So now our meat has been picked off the head. Let me give that a quick little stir here and get that going. Like I said, maybe 10 minutes, and the jowls, or that soft meat, will actually add even more flavor to our soup. Now, time for the Avgolemono portion. I might as well, what the hell, I might as well just use this. It's around. For my Avgolemono, typically, I use 3 eggs to 1 lemon juice, or the juice of 1 lemon. So, give this a quick roll. Cut this in half and just pour it in here, or squeeze it in here. And I'm going to tell you in a second exactly what the big secret is to a successful Avgolemono, and that is tempering. Tempering is when you just literally take a little bit of that hot broth or that hot liquid and apply it slowly. I'm going to use 3 eggs. Now, I'm not going to bullshit around with dividing the eggs right now. It's just a plain Jane Avgolemono. So I'm just going to crack them carefully, make sure you don't get any shells, typically. And believe me when I tell you, I always double check myself. All right, that's that. Grab a little whisk here. And what you're gonna do, all you're gonna do is really just beat up these eggs with the juice of the lemon. This is coming up to a nice simmer. Give that an occasional stir. You don't want your rice settling on the bottom and sticking before it actually has a chance to absorb any liquid. So here we go. Give that a nice little stir there. Feel the witch turning the pot. All right, now here is all the marbles right here. What you're gonna do is, now that this is incorporated, I'm gonna grab, oops, make sure that doesn't get away from me. I'm gonna grab a ladle and very slowly, and when I mean slowly, I mean like really slowly, there. Give that a quick stir. If you add the hot liquid of that soup into the eggs too fast, you're gonna get basically scrambled eggs in a container. And again, same deal. Very small amount, bring up the temperature very slowly. That's all you want to do, is give that a quick stir around. Oh my gosh, that smells fantastic. Really, really good. All right, and this is now our last ladle of hot liquid going in here, and that should do it. Here's the thing. I just turned off my heat, and that's a trick as well. You don't want, when you're adding this Avgolemono sauce into your pot, to actually have heat to it. So, slowly, I'm gonna take this and just pour it in. Pour it, pour. This, my friends, is the happy dance. All right, so I think it's about ready. My rice is done perfectly as well. This is ready to go, ready to serve. I'm just gonna try, grab myself a little bowl, and I wanna get some rice and some meat in there. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Maybe a little hot, but hot is good. Oh, I'm getting that roast porkness. I'm getting the lemon. Oh, my goodness. Let me just try this broth. Oh gosh, this is so delicious. This is, oh, I know it's like, I make this and it's August now. I don't care. I will have this year round. This is like, come give me a hug in a bowl. So good. The Avgolemono, the lemon is perfect. Absolutely perfect. I didn't over season it. If you guys noticed earlier in the video, I didn't add any salt to this because the roast pork in itself, when it was roasted, had already been salted pretty heavy. If you were using a raw piece of meat, then I would go ahead and add some salt to compensate for this. But this is absolutely gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. You know, I'm not big on soups, but these soups I absolutely adore, and I think you will too. Delicious, my friends, absolutely delicious. So, that's it for pretty much one of the weirdest things I've ever cooked. My roast pork head or pig head Avgolemono soup. I hope, if nothing else, you guys got a kick out of watching this. You can apply the same principle to just about anything for your own Avgolemono soup. You can make it with chicken, you can make it with fish even. It's the principle that counts. So, please hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Keep up to date with what I'm cooking. Hit that bell notification button. Also, check me out online at kensgreektable.com. It's a brand new site. It's in beta form, but you know what? At least you'll have an idea. And as the weeks go on, I'll be adding more recipes that you can actually print and download. So until next time, my friends, I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. And until next time, bye for now.